Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. The fortune cookie may contain a prediction based on nothing. For example, you have a bright future. Or they may be cheeky. For example, help, I'm trapped in a fortune cookie factory. But occasionally, a fortune cookie contains surprising wisdom. Having now reviewed over 1,000 fortune cookie aphorisms, here are 13 that strike me as worthy at least of the moment it will take you to consider them. First group of them is about in choosing what you should be focusing on. The second mouse gets the cheese, or a variant thereof, guinea pigs die, or the leading edge often bleeds. It is often wise to let others be first and to learn from their mistakes. Noah Alper, who started the now nationwide chain Noah's Bagels, was far from the first bagel maker, but he incorporated what he learned from a lot of different bagel pioneers. Whatever your goal, see if you can learn lessons from early adopters. The next fortune cookie aphorism that I picked out is, pick battles big enough to matter, small enough to win. We frequently hear broad brush exhortations to think big. For example, dream it and you can do it. Less often touted is the more rational advice that's embodied in the fortune cookie aphorism I just read, pick battles big enough to matter, small enough to win, as well as in another fortune cookie saying, land is always in a flying bird's mind. In analyzing what you should be doing, prioritize risk, reward, and opportunity cost, that is, what you could otherwise be doing with the time and perhaps the money. The next set of aphorisms from fortune cookies that I unearthed was about learning. The first is, emulate what you admire in your parents. Most of us love our parents, with reservations at times, and so we're more likely to want to embody our parents' best characteristics than we are to adopt other people's equally positive attributes. The next learning-related fortune cookie aphorism, every wise man started out by asking many questions. Asking questions reinforces people's justified humility, and you get to learn what's custom to your current needs and wants when you ask a question. A related fortune cookie aphorism is, a single conversation with a wise man is better than 10 years of study. And that makes sense because a conversation is interactive and customized, with learning in small bites, and so it's more likely to yield enduring learning than is the masses of academic, often not personally relevant content that's dispensed in formal education. The next set of, actually just two, of these fortune cookie aphorisms relates to accomplishment. Better to have a hen tomorrow than an egg today. That's a variant of the classic psychology experiment in which people who, in that experiment, chose to forego one marshmallow now so they could have two later ended up in life accomplishing more. The next aphorism, the cooler you think you are, the dumber you look. Trying too hard to act and look cool may yield positive comments, often born of politeness or simply to make conversation. But quietly, many people of discernment view such efforts askance. The next group of aphorisms from fortune cookies is people to be wary of. The first one, it never pays to kick a skunk. A popular meme today is that we're all equal. In fact, even putting aside psychopaths and narcissists, people vary widely in, for example, their core kindness. Attempting to fix even a demi-skunk is more likely to get you sprayed than to derive you any benefit, or certainly any benefit that could be justified from taking that risk. A related fortune cookie saying is, a dubious friend may be an enemy in disguise. The next fortune cookie saying is, overconfidence is equal to being blind. People crowing loud and proud often make blanket pronouncements that fail to sufficiently incorporate worthy countervailing ideas and data. A related saying found in a fortune cookie is, advice is least heeded when most needed. The more zealous the bloviator, the less often he or she tends to be to even wise counsel. The next saying, a person of words and not deeds is like a garden full of weeds. It's far easier to urge others to believe and act loftily than to live that way. That aphorism wisely invites us to befriend and vote for people who, to use another saying, walk their talk. The next fortune cookie aphorism, a soft voice may be awfully persuasive. The larger point is that a person can sound more persuasive than their ideas warrant if they speak softly, or conversely, authoritatively, even by smiling while having good posture and a slightly raised chin. The next fortune cookie aphorism, distance yourself from the vain. That brief aphorism subsumes two sorts of people. The first is the self-absorbed, the person who talks much more than he or she listens, especially who talks mainly about themselves. The second type of vanity manifests in a person focusing far more on their appearance than on their substance. Both types are to be avoided. The final category of fortune cookie aphorisms is related to contentment. Like the river flows into the sea, some things are just meant to be. The trick, of course, is knowing what to let go of and what to strive for. For example, what should you be trying to improve? And what should you just accept about yourself? Which thorns in your side you need to try to address? And which do you need to accept as just one of life's trials? And the final fortune cookie aphorism is, stop searching forever. Happiness is just next to you. This is the message famously portrayed in The Wizard of Oz. Sometimes there is no place like home. Sometimes. Anyway, yet another fortune cookie aphorism is, the more you say, the less people remember. Well, fortune cookie sayings certainly are short. Is there one or two in this little talk that you want to remember? I'll read them just quickly again without comment. The second mouse gets the cheese. Pick battles big enough to matter, small enough to win. Emulate what you admire in your parents. Every wise man started out by asking many questions. The related one is, a single conversation with a wise man is better than 10 years of study. Better to have a hen tomorrow than an egg today. The cooler you think you are, the dumber you look. It never pays to kick a skunk. And a related one is, a dubious friend may be an enemy in disguise. Overconfidence is equal to being blind. And a related one is, advice is least heeded when most needed. A person of words and not deeds is like a garden full of weeds. A soft voice may be awfully persuasive. And distance yourself from the vain. Oh no, there's two more. Like the river flows into the sea, some things are just meant to be. And then, stop searching forever. Happiness is just next to you. And also that last thing that I had said, the more you say, the less people remember. In any event, lest I go on too long, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. Always look forward to your comments and love it if you hit the share button below and share on your social media so my efforts can have bigger impact, and or subscribe to my channel. And in any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.